Hello guys and welcome back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers guys. So in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you guys how to cut and sew a cargo short pants. So you can see at the end of the day this was what I came up with. It was really pretty, really beautiful for this holiday season, for summer. It is really pretty, so with an elastic waist. So that's what we're going to learn how to do today. Cargo shorts, a cargo short Ankara. You can actually use any fabric. Those first pictures were actually done with ashoke. So this is the fabric that I'm going to be making use of. So for this, if it is for somebody that is a small size, you can make use of just 1 yard of fabric. But somebody that is on the big side, you can make use of that, just like 1.5 yard of fabric. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut my fabric. So I want to cut it open, just like I just divided it into two and then just cut it open. Okay, and then the next thing, I'm going to fold the fabric into two. That is like fold them. I want to cut the front first. Okay, so you can see the way I place my tape. That is because I want to add a band. So the first line, that's the hip line, which is 9 inches, and then the next line is 13 inches for my crotch line. Okay, so how do you get your crotch? You can divide your hip circumference by 4 and then add 3 inches, and then that first line is the waistline. So the next thing, I just created a round curve, just like a hip curve. So that's just like basically what I was trying to do here. And then the next thing I want to do, I want to start marking all of my lines. So I'm going to come to this crotch line. I want to mark how wide I want my pants to be. So for this, I used about 15 inches and then added allowance of like 2 inches. And then I came to the hip line. I marked my hip circumference, added like extra. I added 2 inches, but what I meant was it is a baggy pants. So the hip circumference that I use, my hip is 40. I added like 4 inches to it. So that's what I did. And then that same measurement that I marked on the hip line, that's what I marked straight up. So that's this part. I'm just trying to measure how wide I want my thigh to be. So for this, I used about 13 inches thereabouts. So that's all that we need for this trouser. So I'm going to explain it again. So you're just going to mark your hip circumference, add like extra 4 inches to it. Okay, so that's it. So the next thing, I just took my short, the front part, I placed it on the back part, and then make sure that I have 2 inches extra for the back crotch. You can see, so I just made sure that I had 2 inches and then marked it and connected it that way. Can you see? I was trying to make sure, but towards the end you're going to make it, let it stay. And then on that waist part, back pants are always higher, so you can just use 1 inch, make it higher by 1 inch than the front. Can you see the 2 inches? And then you can see the way the curve it came out, and then you're going to mark it to that down part. So for the down part, around that part, I added like just 1 extra inch to it. Okay, and just 1 inch. But on the other side, that's this side now where I want to cut, everything is equal. I did not add any extra. That's on the right side of my hip towards my waist to the top. I did not add anything. It's just on the crotch part. That's the difference between the front and the back crotch, is 2 inches. Okay, so this part, I'm just trying to make sure that the length is equal at that part to mark it. So the next thing I want to do, I'm checking the length. You can see the way I place my tape. I use 2 inches for my band. So the next thing we want to do, we want to join our pants, our knicker. So depends on what you call it. So I'll join it at that crotch line, that's front crotch line, and then the two pieces of the front, you join them at the crotch line. So just watch. And then the back also, you join the two at the crotch line. Okay, so when you finish joining them at the crotch line, you are going to place both of them together and join them at the side, but you are not going to join the down part. Why? Because I want to fix be able to fix our cargo pocket on it. So this is the front part. Now I'm joining the crotch part. Okay, so for this, as a beginner, you can do it this way, but if you are not a beginner, you can just decide to join them side side and then work on the pocket before you come back to it. Okay, so this one now, as a beginner, this will help you to make sure that your pants, the pocket, the cargo pocket, everything will stay on the same part. So you can see I'm placing them like this now, and I'm going to join the side. Note that the back and the front, the side is not going to be the same, but you pull them together. Can you see? So join the side, pull them together and stitch. Okay, so after stitching, you're going to have something like this. So you open this up so you can see, you see the side. So I'm going to open this up because we need to mark it. You can see after stitching the side, you open it up and then you go and iron it. But you see that we did not stitch the under, we have not joined the shorts. So this same pattern, you can use it for your trouser, the same exact process. So this is the ashoke that we're going to be making use of. So the first thing, I don't want to have much, so I just want to try as much as I can to manage my ashoke. So this was leftover ashoke pieces that I cut out before from another project. So I want to join it together so that to help me maximize my ashoke. So that's what I want to do. So I want to measure the length that I want. So I measured about 10 inches there about, because you're still going to fold them in, and then I'm going to cut them out. So you can see, so I'm cutting them out. So I just want to, I'm just trying to double check it. So please guys, at this point, please like this video. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. Okay, I would really appreciate that. So the next thing I want to do, I want to cut the cover for the pocket. So like I said, I'm trying to maximize my ashoke. You can see, so I'm going to place this like this. That's what I'll use for my cover. So I'm just trying to get the width, and then I'll cut out what I need. So I just cut out another piece. Okay, I just like eyeballed it. If you notice, I did not measure it. So this is going to be the cover. I'm going to divide that into two. I'm going to use it on the two sides of the cargo pockets. So the next thing we want to do at this point, I was just trying to make sure that I know that I fix it. So I wanted to fix the front part first. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to stitch this. Those I'll cut this. I was just trying to think how it was going to work out. Okay, so that was that little pause. So I'm going to take this, I want to top stitch it. Why am I top stitching it? I'm just like adding to my ashoke. Like I said, it is just left over. So after top stitching, I'm going to have something like this. So this is going to be the cover of my pocket. So that cover, what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide it into two. You understand? So if I had enough ashoka, I will not divide it. I would have folded it and used it like that. But since I did not have enough ashoke, I am going to cut it and then I'll bend the edges. So this is my cargo pocket. So I folded all the four edge of it. So this is going to be the cover. Can you see? This is how it's going to stay. So I was just trying to check it. So I'll trying to check it so that I will know where to mark. So that is what I was trying to do here at this point. So this is how it's going to stay. So I'm just trying to eyeball it, place it on the shorts and then eyeball it before I mark, use my chalk to mark the position where I want it to be. Okay, so this was it. So I'm just trying to make sure that I do not stitch on the inner pocket that is in my short. So at this point I've gotten the point, the place where I want it to be, just below the pocket. Okay, below the pockets, that's the normal inner pockets, the inseam pockets that is inside the short. So I've marked them. You can see I placed them together and then marked them. So I was just trying to mark the lines now. So those are the lines, the beginning and the end of it. Can you see? So the next thing, I pinned it down, I placed it. So I'm going to stitch like that. Can you see? So make sure you mark it. So after stitching, so this is my ashoke, the other half piece that I cut out. So I'm going to take it like this, and then I'm going to stitch it. After stitching, you flip it like this, and then you run a top stitch. So that is how this is done easily. So this one is like a easy cargo. So you can see I've placed that. I'm going to top stitch it. So after top stitching, it's going to stay nicely that way. So at this point, please, if you have not liked this video, like the video. So now this is the down part of the short, the knicker. I'm going to take it and then just stitch it. So that's all. After that, we're going to work on the band. So for the waistband, I cut out an inches of like 5 inches. So 5 inches, I'll use 1 inch to do the stitching up and down, and then I'm going to be left with just 2 inches. So I'll fold it together like this, and then I'm going to stitch. I'll show you how the stitching is going to be to create the elastic waist. So you're going to stitch it and then leave a hole at the center. Can you see? But there's something I noticed with this my band. At the end of the day, I found out that the hole that I left was too tiny. Okay, I think it even ended up tearing as I was trying to force my elastic inside. So make sure that your hole is bigger than ½ inch. So that's the hole. It was really tiny. So after joining, I'm going to secure that join. You see the hole, you can see it was really tiny. My hand could not even pass through it. So please like the video, okay? And if you have not subscribed to Stylish Naija YouTube channel, subscribe. So after that, I folded it back again into two, just the way it was originally, and then I ironed it. So now I'm going to show you guys how to fix the band. It is a simple process, just like the way we normally fix our skirt band. So that's the same whole process that for a knit band. When you fix that band, that you are not going to hem it, that you are not going to weave it. So that's what I'm trying to do. So you take the inside part of your trouser and then you place it. So this other part is going to come and cover the band at the front. So you're going to like basically stitch it inside. So this was after stitching it inside, and then you're going to have something looking like this. So you place it like this, and then you're going to fold the edge. Can you see? You're going to fold that edge like that, and then you're going to stitch it all around to secure the band for this cargo short. So you stitch it round. After that, you're going to bring your elastic. So my elastic, I'm going to use a safety pin. The truth of the matter is that safety pin is headache when it comes to fixing band. Anytime I go to the market, I kept forgetting to look for that rope, that rod. There's one like a rod, a tiny piece that they used to put loops, elastic. I'm going to look for it. I can't wait to look for it to buy it, but I just always used to forget. That's the thing. So but this one, the thing suffered me very well. So after everything, the elastic, if you notice, I did not cut it. I placed it and then dragged it out, measured the person's waist, you understand, using the person's waist measurement -1 before I secured it down. So at the end of the day, this is how the cargo short, this is how it looks. You can see this is something really simple and easy, that you can actually make this in under 30 minutes. Yes, so you can do that. So if you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you so much.